Okay, welcome back to class, gang. It's module 3, and this is going to just be an overview of what we're going to be covering in module 3, which is kind of a two-part thing, meaning that we're going to be doing a bunch of things while we're waiting for our item, our product to be delivered, okay? And in the meantime, there's a lot to do, okay? There's a lot to do. We're not just going to be sitting around waiting for our product to show up, okay? There's a lot of things to do. So in this particular video, I just wanted to cover what you can expect, what the main outcome is for module 3, and really in a nutshell, it's getting ready to launch your product, okay? And this phase is going to be spending time prepping for your product to launch. So when you receive it, you're gonna get sales on day 1, okay? Of the time it goes live, you want to start getting sales, okay? Now, usually, you're going to have about 25 to 35 days until your product arrives in the FBA warehouse. Okay, so that's why I wrote there, spend your time wisely, because there's a lot of things you can be doing rather than just waiting. Okay, so, and that's what we want to do is we want to utilize our time, and that's really what I want to happen here. So I kind of created this here for you because I wanted you to see in a visual. I'm a visual guy, okay? I like seeing visual things because it makes me understand things more. This here is what I call feeding Amazon's algorithm, okay? This is what Amazon wants. Now, it could look a little confusing to some, but really, in a nutshell, if you just look at the top where it's sales and reviews and then sales, right? The reason why I put those three there is because those are the things really ultimately it's sales. That's what Amazon is going to rank you from, okay? From the sales that you generate. And it's going to reward you when you have good reviews. It's going to reward you when you get sales. And it's going to reward you when you get reviews. And you can just keep going back and forth, back and forth. Now, there's other things in the equation that they're going to help you with, because if you start getting sales, then they want to promote you. Okay. And that's why when you have a product in place and you add another product to it, that's when you start getting that cross promote, that upsell type thing where that gets into place. And it's their marketing channel that's going to do this. But don't even worry about any of that stuff right now. I want you to just concentrate on this right here, and that's sales and reviews. Okay. And I also have optimized product listing. That's another very important thing. And that's what we're going to be talking about in this particular module. We're going to be talking about getting your lists, okay, ready and getting yourself prepared, okay? Almost you're getting prepared for the big game, okay? You're getting prepared for that big day. And I want you to treat it like a launch, okay? And I want you to have that deadline. I want you to write it on your calendar when you are going to be releasing your product, when you anticipate to, and then from then, what is your course of action after that, okay? So some of this stuff we can kind of have pre-done, meaning we can be prepared for that day, but we can also have the optimized product listing done. We can do our keyword research in a sense, and we're not going to really be able to do a ton of the keywords researching that we're going to do once we have the listing live, which we'll talk about that in another module. But then your conversions, okay, and that's going to help all this. So your optimized product listing is going to be also allowing you to get ranked for keywords. It's going to help your conversions, which in return, you can see the arrow pointing to what? Sales. Okay. And then you got two arrows that are pointing out that I put there, because then what happens is once you have an optimized listing that people buy through, okay, then you're going to start ranking for more keywords. And when you rank for more keywords, what happens? See the arrows pointing straight up at the sales? That's exactly what's going to happen. And then that's going to feed the reviews. And then that's going to feed people coming back to your listing to buy, because you're going to be ranking for keywords. So that's why I say it's feeding Amazon's algorithm. We're feeding them what they want: sales and reviews and an optimized listing. Okay. And that's really all that we're doing here. Okay. So launch day strategy. These are the three drivers. These are the three things. This is actually a simpler picture now that I look at it, right? This is a simpler thing to look at, but the other one really does show you the cycle, right? And the flow, okay? But this here, the three main drivers are a launch list, reviews, and sales, okay? Those are the three things that we want to focus on right now, because launch day, that's what we're going to need. We're going to need a launch list because we're going to want to launch our product. We're going to want to launch it fast. We're going to want reviews. So this way here, we can get sales. And with sales, we can start to get more reviews. Okay. And then we can just keep repeating that cycle. All right. So this is what the breakdown is of what we're going to be kind of covering and going through in this entire process. So the first thing is understanding unverified and verified reviews. Okay. Very, very important that you understand that. Some people don't understand it that well, and I need you to, because in the beginning, unverified aren't terrible. They're actually okay. All right. And we'll be explaining all of that. 2, we're going to be talking about building your internal launch list. Number 3, we're going to be building your launch list using Facebook. Okay. We're also going to be doing some blogger outreach plus the Thomason strategy. Okay. And then the next thing, we're going to be concentrating on the 4 elements to creating an optimized listing. 6, we're going to be creating images that sell your product. 7, we're going to be doing some product keyword research and some techniques to show you how to do that. We're going to do a listing setup and a walkthrough. So again, we're just going to step by step, we're going to show you all of this stuff. And then we're going to optimize the back end of your listing. And that is really, really important too, because a lot of people don't understand this. And this here can really, really help your listing, because it's going to be shown more times. And when things are shown more times inside of the Amazon platform, what's going to happen? You're going to get more sales. All right. And then the last thing is we're just going to recap and talk about what's next. But these are the things we're going to be covering here in module 3. And I also wanted to put this in here. This isn't really a lesson here, but this is what I want you to do. And I want you to think about every time that you complete a step. I want you to, and this is your action step for the entire module, is I want you to go through the entire module, okay? And I want you, if you have questions, if you have things that are getting you hung up on, I want you to go over to the Facebook group, okay? And I want you to post it there. I want you to post what you've done, and I want you to post things that you might be having an issue with, and then you can get help there. Not just from me, because I'm not going to be able to answer everyone's question exactly when you post it, but you will have the support of the group. And that's the power of this class, is the support of the rest of the students. Because think about that. If you're in school and you're having a problem and you're working on it in class, you can ask one of your fellow students and they might have the answer. It's the same idea. Okay. So that's really, really a vital part in this class. All right. So with that being said, let's dive into the first lesson of module 3.